Now, how do you know if you've been impacted by a change? Well, that's where you're going to have to go to learn about these algorithm updates to see if your leads or your traffic have slowed down. Oftentimes, what we hear from people, they don't really know that they've changed, but they're like, "My phone's dead," right? But the phone stopped ringing. I don't know who to talk to. Nothing's happening here. So places I typically will start at is Google Search Console, because Search Console does show you if you've gone up or down in number of clicks. So if you see a big drop off in clicks in your Search Console, well, it means you're not showing as much. Could be a problem there. Google Search Console can also show you if you have any penalties assigned to you. Do I have it open still here? Let me open it up. So you'll see here the security and manual action. This way you can see if you have any manual penalties or security issues, and you want to see none, right? If you do have any, you got a problem. You can also go to page experience and you can see here if there's any issues here. And if you go to pages, you can see what pages are or are not indexed and why. Sometimes it's okay that they're not indexed, but this is your notification to see what's right or wrong or where there might be some problems. And then under performance, again, if you go, I'll go back to, let's say the last 16 months just to kind of see these. You've got, and you can see here, right? There's pretty clear drop right here. See that? In November, we were kind of humming along. We dropped here. We went back up here, kind of humming along. And then a big drop. We've been kind of static right there for impressions. And Google has been reducing impressions recently. They're kind of showing less often. But what you'll notice, though, is the blue ones, they're actually a little bit higher. Blue's clicks. So I'm okay losing impressions if I'm getting better clicks. And you'll also notice, let me close some of these other things off. You see the orange line? The orange line is my average position. So as you could see here, my position has gone up. I'm actually doing better overall, position-wise, on average is what it's called. So some good stuff to see there. So this can help you. If you see a big dip, like you go to clicks, all of a sudden the whole thing falls off the chart and just stops, there's a problem, right? And you want to see around when the problem was. So that's one tool. Analytics, same thing if you're using analytics, you can see the traffic coming in from Google. Did it drop off? Did it fall off, right? You can track that too over time. You see where it's going. One of the tools I like a lot is called Penguin. I've been using this forever. Penguin is a combination of the names Panda and Penguin, which were two algorithm updates we'll mention in a little bit, but they were two other big core updates. We'll talk about those in a moment. But you're going to go ahead and use it for free. Let me pull it off for a second. So again, I don't want to show any of my clients here. Okay. Now, if I go back here for a minute, right, and kind of go to this place here, so we can see like somewhere in like the November timeframe, right around in here. This is like November 17th, so right about the 26th or 7th, 28th, we see a big drop off. Okay. And I saw that for a couple of different clients in local. Their local dropped. So that for a couple of reasons. We're still trying to figure out exactly what's going on. So what Penguin does is you give it access to your analytics. And what it does is it goes out and grabs your analytics tools and it takes a look at all of the various changes that have occurred in Google from the algorithm changes, right? So you see here, this green one is the spam update. And if I go back a little further, let me go back to November here. And this is going to be in like European style month. I'm going to go back to November 1st and hit go again. Now this looks at your analytics, only looks at your Google traffic and says, okay, what happened with Google traffic? And let me just get rid of one of these lines here. We'll say organic use. Okay. What you're looking for here is a change that occurred on or right around one of these updates. Okay. So for example, I don't really see anything major going on here. But if let's say I had this orange line at the top here, and all of a sudden the next day after this, it's down here. Well, again, you can't say definitely that's what happened, right? Because it could be something else going on. But you might say, well, something happened here. What's this? What happened? Oh, there's a reviews update. And you get some links to some place where you can learn more about it. So what I like about this tool is it only looks at your Google data, your traffic from Google that's coming in. You can turn off all of the different different updates. Let me go back to 01, take this back a little further. See if we see any other big dips or anything. Get rid of the new, get rid of that again. Just go to the new. So it's pretty consistent, not a whole lot of changing up and down. But if I put like structural, there were no structural changes, no feature changes. These are the named updates, right? So those little green lines are the named updates. And if you do see a trouble spot you want to take a closer look at, you can kind of just highlight that and it'll zoom in on that. Okay. So I really like this tool. It's totally free. All you have to do is have to have a Google Analytics account and use the Analytics account to see it. And it can give you some indication of if there was a big spike up or a big spike down. You can see, were you a winner or a loser? Because now it doesn't really see anything here, but it does give you some indication of, it can give you indication if there was a problem. I wish I had a site that had a bigger problem so I could show you that, but those are tools that you can use. There's also audit tools, right? These are paid tools like SEMrush and Ahrefs. You can also track things in those tools, but those are paid tools that you can use. And I do like both of those a lot. They're basically all-in-one tools, right? Everything that you could possibly need to track and audit and get better SEO for content development, for paid stuff. It's all in one for all of them. So these are great tools that you can use as well.